Murao, Smayah.
Smayah Neza.
Okay. So today we having as a guest the beautiful and gorgeous Smayah, great roaster, amazing trainer, who is welcoming us here in Rwanda at Question Coffee. Everybody knows Smayah. Obviously, we say, no need to present Smayah, but we need to introduce her. We need to know more about her. So, Smayah, you know the rules. There are 3 questions. 1 question is about coffee people, so you're going to introduce yourself. The second question will be about coffee economic sustainability. So, we're going to talk about this in a minute after your introduction. And the third question will be about welfare sustainability. Okay? So, first question. Who are you?
Well, first question. My name is Smayah Neza and I'm from Rwanda, born and raised. I work for Question Coffee and Sustainable Growers as a quality control and a roaster. And I am a board member for a Barista program. And of course, a lead scholar for SEA, Specialty Coffee Association. Did I miss anything?
You missed so many things.
Well, you help me to make sure that I say them because...
No.
Yeah.
And you're wonderful. You're a great trainer.
And I also train the baristas, cappers, and farmers as well. I'm a law student. I'm a blogger. I am that girl from the origin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's a girl from the origin. She's the one. So that is good because when you say you train, you work, and you technically understand the life of the farmers, the next question is about coffee economic sustainability.
Yeah.
Right now with COVID, it has been tough on everybody.
Yeah.
And you saw that at the first stage with the women in coffee in Rwanda. So can you tell us a bit more about it? What did you see and what can we do about it? What can be done?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great broad question, by the way. But I'm happy you asked me that question. I've got a few insights around it. Well, the whole pandemic, of course, have affected everybody, every business, and the whole industry as a whole. And it has been so hard for everyone to kind of maintain and stay stable during this outbreak. But it is even worse at the origin, even worse for the farmers. I've been in touch with a lot of different farmers who lost their contract that they had with a lot of different buyers. So some of the farmers still have coffee hanging in their storage because they didn't have anybody to buy it. And the question is who to blame. And there's just a lot of different gaps, be the farmers understanding their contractual obligation, so there needs to be a negotiation between the two, and which comes, I like to ask myself, who takes the risk when that thing happens? Is it the farmer or is it the buyer? But at the end of the day, when you understand that the farmer is the poorest person in the whole value and supply chain, and the person with limited resources, and the person who doesn't have information about anything, doesn't have a smartphone to read anything, it's so hard to even for us to get there when sometimes it's even hard, even though we live in the same country, but it could be harder for us to also have access of them. So by then, you have to have a certain love and humanity to understand that, and to understand that that is the person who actually suffer more than... we need to stop. Okay, so back at it. Yeah, the farmer is the person who suffers the most in the industry, and I don't know how better to explain that, and I don't know why that has to happen, because at the end of the day, for what I think it's about how things are designed to be. There's no way that only a certain group of people should be the one affected when anything happens, be the price fluctuation, be pandemic, be the climate change. So with coffee, we don't have to look at it as only business. I think coffee connects people, and there should be humanity around it. These people are very resilient, by the way. They really work so hard to make sure that they can solve some of the problems and challenges that they face. But at the end of the day, we're one, so we have to help each other. And the only thing that you can do when you notice that a person doesn't have resources and there's a lot of different challenges that they're facing, you can provide support. And support comes into negotiating, but negotiation that is going to really help that person most, because she's always there suffering, or he's always there suffering. Or also it could be so yeah, coffee makes us one, and we should all come together and help each other to make coffee better and for all. We cannot expect that person who always suffers the most to be able to provide us with amazing cup of coffee or with amazing or high specialty beans when they counter a number of challenges of which we can do something about it. So with the challenge I told you about that was caused by the pandemic, the contractual obligations being not respected or anything like that, I think it's time for the buyers to really negotiate with the farmers and making sure that it's not only like looking for the farmers only, but also something that works, a win-win platform, but also understanding that the farmers always suffer the most, and also provide them with maybe an extra bonus, or maybe not reducing the prices that you have already agreed upon, because there are a lot of different scenarios that were happening a few months ago. Well, I'm not sure how well some of them sorted, but I'm sure of some of the cooperatives couldn't sell their coffee with the people, with the buyers that they had contracts with. So it was a very big challenge and a very big problem to the economy of the farmers and everyone in a whole. So yeah, something has to be done, and it needs everybody, it needs everyone to just come across the same table, a circle table, so that we can make sure that we make coffee better for all. Yeah.
Oh, that was really in depth. It was really beautiful, but it was really sad. That is reality. It's reality. People really. It's always the same who suffer at the end of the day, and it should not be like this. The whole reason why we make a contract is to have the things to be avoided. Unfortunately, a lot of people are quite cheeky and just go around the contract, and the same person get condemned by that, and it's not fair.
It is not fair, to be honest, and there's no way you can guarantee the sustainability of the coffee industry if the farmers are losing hope and are not being inspired, strengthened throughout this outbreak, and they're going to quit the industry. And when they quit, how are we going to survive? There's two possibilities: the coffee to be really, really expensive because the production is really low, or there's just bad coffee, or there's no coffee at all. So to make sure that we ensure the sustainability of the industry and the welfare of the people behind the coffee, we should, come together and, share ideas of what could have been better, and then, put ideas together and give voices and part and platform to everyone around, not only specific people. However, there's also a lot of different other coffee companies that really help the farmers during this time. So big appreciation to them.
That is really good. Thank you very much for this. And this actually go really hand to hand to our third question, which is welfare sustainability. And you made that crazy, I love that campaign about the coffee mustache during November. Yeah. And can you tell us much more about that coffee mustache campaign, and how this really touched tenderly and support mental health in the coffee community.
Yes. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm part of the I'm Not a Barista program, which is there to give voices to baristas and also other people behind the coffee. It's a very great project. It's been an honor to serve there as a board member. So yeah, it's been a great honor for me to serve as a board member for I'm Not a Barista project. So as during this pandemic, a lot of people have been alone in their houses, a lot of baristas lost their jobs, and a lot of people we were all affected in general. So when we were sitting down, putting down ideas of what we could do to support them, apart from only sharing their stories, their successful stories, everybody has their own behind the scenes that happens that we don't know about, because we're all trying to share the positivity part of our life. Sometimes you don't really share what's going on that is negative or that is not exciting. So in that case, the founder came up with this idea of Coffee Mustache, which is really, really funny. Every single time a person sees that picture of me with a milk here, the milk foam, cappuccino foam, as a mustache, they laugh, they smile, because that's the whole point. That's the reason why we established that campaign. It was to think about those people who are home alone, who lost their job. How can we make sure that we do something around coffee, but that is going to give them a smile for a moment? So I tagged you, obviously, and the campaign was for almost a month, and a lot of people were so happy for the campaign, so happy to be tagged, to be part of that part. Even those ones who have been alone and not really interacting in the coffee community, they're like, Smayah, I'm going to do this. It's really fun. Mm-hmm. So I was happy to see how many people were joining in, and happy to have you also as well. So yeah, that was the whole point, is to make sure that people, by the time a person is happy, that reflects back to what they can do around themselves. So if you're not happy, you will be sharing negative energy around the people, with the people around you. So, but when you smile, obviously you're going to, the positive energy is going to be reflected around you. So that was the whole point about it. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you, Murakoze, Smayah. It was a fantastic interview. It was really nice. Not enough minutes with you.
Of course, I'm happy to be a guest another time.
Yeah, we're going to do more, because that was really great, and we need to hear more about you, about all your work here with Sustainable Harvest and with Question Coffee. So everybody, remember this girl, all right? She is next best things. Actually, she is the actual best thing. Yes, so I'm going to put down there a name. Obviously, you're going to have it, Smayah. Think about a smile. And I'm going to put also Instagram, I'm Not a Barista, all right? And all the things she's been talking about it, you're going to have them into the video with all the link and everything. So please follow I'm Not a Barista, follow Wise Smayah on Instagram, and follow Question Coffee. Support everybody around you in your coffee industry, in an hospitality industry like we do at BIHC. And yes, thank you very much for this.
Thank you so much for having me. What a great day. A rainy day with you in a coffee house and some coffee, obviously. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fantastic.